This meeting is being
wow.
recorded.
So, hello. Yeah, there's already a chat, so I started. That's really nice chat. I've already had Rose's book. It's amazing and beyond words. It conveys the same resonance as her meetings. It's a treasure. Oh, it's so sweet. This isn't an advertisement here, but it's a deep thank, Rose, for writing down what can't be expressed. Oh, thank you. Wow, that's really nice. Thank you. This meeting is about there's no one. And when there's no one, there's only not knowing. So being in this meeting, there will be no answers, no directions, no nothing of that, because there's only not knowing. So this meeting doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have any answers. It doesn't give advice. There's just what is. And that's already there. So the meeting is also pointless. It doesn't matter if you are in a meeting or not in a meeting, if you're listening or not listening, it doesn't really matter. That's strange because in normal meetings, you're supposed to listen or to feel the silence or maybe some other things you think that should be done. There are no rules. There are here no rules because that what's happening is already there. So the way the listening is going on, or maybe the sleeping, it's sleeping. Then that's what's happening. So it can't be wrong. It's already complete. It's already what it is. So everything what's done or not done or whatever is felt or seen, that's it already. So there's no need to sit at the meeting. You can walk away and come back or whatever is done. It's not done by anyone. There's no choice. It's happening. It's life happening. And everything is in appearance. So nothing is really solid and real. So circumstances are not real. Houses, bodies are not real. It's an appearance. So it's apparently real. It seems like it's there. It's seen like cupboards and tables and bodies. But in the same time, it isn't there. It's a crazy message because it doesn't say something about the story and what we normally are used that we talk in the story. We talk in the story like I am here, you are there. There are really circumstances. I have to do something about what's going wrong. So can you help me? Or I can help you with anything what's going on. There's always something going on, like trying to deal with circumstances. There's no one. So there's no one dealing with anything. It's a dream. And that can be very convincing. It's not wrong to be in the dream. It's not wrong. It's just being in the dream and having maybe thoughts about what's going on and you are doing that. Then that's what's the belief that can be there. It's not wrong or right. It's what's happening. And the dream can be very convincing and strong and really like, this is my relation and how I have to do with that. And I don't like this and I want something else. When there's me and I'm here and this is my life and there's everything is happening, there's always a feeling it's not really enough. There's something wrong. There's something not right yet. And there seems also be a drive, and it can be very strong or not that strong, or also a contraction in the body, in the seemingly body, that it has to make right, has to be done something about it. And what is the answer? So there can be a lot of questions, and it doesn't mean questions are wrong. There can be a lot of questions. It doesn't matter. Questions are just questions, and when they come up, they come up, and there can be any question. So there are no wrong questions or silly questions. Every question is a question, just like that. And there can be a response here coming. So there's just that. And there's everything. Everything is it. So there can't be something wrong. There can't be something right either. There's only right and wrong in the story of me, the dream of me. And saying it's a story, there seems to be time. So it seems like there's a development, and there's a before or a past, and there's an after or a future. And when there's talking about there's no one, and there's just life happening, there's no time. There's just this. And there's only one. It's just this. And it can be moving a hand or feeling the table, anything. And that's what's happening. And there's no need to follow that or to be in that or things like that. There is no one to do that. There is already no one. So that what's happening, looking at it can be there. Then there's looking at it. So what? Maybe for me, it feels frustration that there seems to be always not enough or something wrong or right, and that's going on. That can be frustrating. But in the same time, the frustration, that feeling like, is it too? So, it can be really like that there's no answer for anything, and that any question is not answered. And in the same time, it's the beauty of this message that there's nowhere to go, that there's this what's going on, any feeling, any table, any circumstance is it. Doesn't mean it's nice or good or anything. It's what it is. Can be pain, can be anything. Just what it is. This is a describing of what's going on. And there's no knowing. There's no knowing what to do. There's no knowing what's happening, why, all that. When there's no me, all that is 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 just in the dream of me only. There it seems to be knowing and why and because. There's no because. There's no why. That's that's something else. Something else is the story. So this is another possibility. Talking about another possibility completely has nothing to do with the story. And there can be somewhere a resonance or maybe not an understanding. It doesn't matter. This is not about understanding. When there can be it can be something clear about this message. It can be nice. Well, it's about no one, and that's energetic. It's so embodied. All those beliefs and concepts can be so embodied. And when it's very clear, it still can go on. Those concepts, some concepts can be still there. It doesn't matter what are, but then they are concepts. So if there are questions, then everybody can unmute yourself and then you start talking. There are not that many people that you just can start and we see what happens. Or you can write something if you want to.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Paradoxically, a sentence from your book was very powerful with me. To me, it was "There is no hope."
Ah, mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was incredibly powerful.
it's powerful. Can be powerful. Yeah, if it comes in. Whoa. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
because
Yeah, yeah.
it makes it very simple,
Hmm.
and life gets very, like the mind has to just can go on vacation and stay there.
And stay there. It's not even vacation anymore.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. It can be so convincing that it's really nice to have hope and then give people hope and maybe you'll get there. But in the other
Yeah,
other way, it's always not enough, and it's an endless saying, "Oh, this is not good enough." Wow, that can also be awful.
yeah, and that in that regard, when to relate with others, sometimes it gets confusing because I have to go back to the storyline
Mm,
and and get involved in their story, and
mm,
it seems sometimes an effort. Uh,
mm,
I have to make an effort to like go get involved, in their
mm.
story.
Oh,
I don't know
okay. Yeah,
what
yeah,
it's.
yeah. That's what you mean. What people ask then to get involved in their story.
Yeah, well, normal,
Mhm.
casual conversations,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can understand. Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know what to tell anymore because, I
Ah,
just don't believe my own
yeah. But it can what
words.
comes up. It can whatever comes up. It doesn't matter. There can be not knowing, or maybe there's something saying. It, it just comes
Yeah,
up or not. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And I wanted to, I don't know if you use the word real and uh,
Appearance. Hmm.
appearance and real.
An
Uh,
appearance is not real. It's like
yeah, it's
yeah,
like
when
a
you are in the
mirage.
desert, a mirage.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's the word. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I get. But what does real mean in that regard, if it means anything?
No, but what I say about real is that it's solid and real, and it seems like really there.
Okay, okay,
That's what I mean with that. Yeah.
okay.
Mm, okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
everything is just appearance.
It's not there, and it's also not there. There's nothing, and there's an appearance
Seems.
of everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's both also. So when there's pain, it's an appearance, but it's really can be felt like whoa, pain. It's an appearance, but it can be really felt. But in the same time, it's not there. That's crazy. How can you explain that? You can't. I can't. But it's like that. It's with
Well, it's
everything.
like a mirage. It's there, but it's not really there.
Yeah, but the same. It's strange when they're talking about buildings, then everybody can understand. But when they're talking about feelings, maybe or sound, then it's crazy because feelings seems very real. No, they're not. It's also an appearance, and it's there and not in the same time. It's yeah, you
Yeah.
can't explain that. Yeah.
But it
Mm.
seems very real when, for instance, when I'm with my parents, it seems
Yeah. Yeah.
that I'm their daughter. It feels very real, very solid.
Yeah, yeah, especially with that
My
kind of
parents, yeah.
situation, some parent situation or some
Oh yeah.
relations that can be very strong, yeah, and
But I
convincing, and a lot of beliefs are going and behaving and things like it's so embodied.
absolutely, yeah. And
Yeah,
also, I can see that it's only in the mind that every role
yeah,
is. It
yeah.
seems solid, but it's only in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kept going on and on as a
Yeah,
storyline.
But in the same time, when there's being with parents and there may be patterns going on, so what? That's nothing wrong with that,
No.
because we think, well, we don't have to do that anymore, or I did a lot of things like that. But it's about the me is more looking at it and saying, oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, you didn't say what you wanted to say to your mother or whatever. But that's that whole me construct. When there's not saying what you wanted to, then that's what's happening. So nothing wrong with that. It's just
No,
what's happening.
nothing wrong. Nothing
That
wrong with the
that
me at one point, isn't it?
also, oh no, that's just
I mean,
thoughts can happen. No, it's not really there. There's already no me. What
yeah,
talking
because
in the
there is
story?
claiming. Yeah,
Yeah, we
there's.
talk in the story and then it's explaining how that works. But of course, there's already no me. It's just a construct. Yeah.
Could we say that the me is just the propension to claim
Yeah.
and to search for completion? Because when there
Yeah.
is a me, there is always, I feel, a search. Even though,
Mm,
I have completely, I'm
mm,
agreed, and there is nothing to find. I mean, I just
mm.
no, I would have
Yeah.
found it, by the way, if there was anything by now.
Yeah.
But then, still, the movement seems to be still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
arises, the movement of, just
Mm,
it's very difficult to
yeah.
explain, but there's a movement out, and it's
Yeah.
very,
It's so physical. Yeah. It can be feeling very, yeah,
yeah.
sure. That's what I mean with embodied. It's so physical. It's not really in the mind of like knowing things or understanding, but it's so can be very clear. And underneath that, it's it goes on.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't go anywhere. There is no more
No.
direction. You know
No.
what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
used to be direction, but now there is no
Mm.
more. But I can still feel
Ah. Yeah.
embodied sensation of,
Yeah.
going, just, yeah,
Yeah.
search,
Yeah.
search.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
energetic part of it. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's very strange, without any
Yeah.
direction or intention, but it is
Yeah.
still felt in the body. Huh?
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Can happen. Yeah. Sure.
That's funny. So, well, anyway,
Mm.
that's what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Hmm. Ah, there's another, maybe a stupid question. No, there are no stupid questions, of course. How do you know that your vision is the end point? I don't know. I also don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I only can say what's going on and what is seen, and that's it. There's no knowing or being sure about this. I was thinking that I was waiting for the moment I was sure there's no me anymore, or how does it feels in a certain way or things like that. It's more that doubt isn't there anymore. So there's nothing busy with that. But it's not about being sure or knowing. I don't know. When there are questions about how to deal with that, I don't know. That it's just what's going on is it, and for the rest. So this meeting is also pointless because there's nowhere to go. There's no advice or direction or anything. There's no knowing. So there's also no, yeah, advice or anything. It's just nothing. It's even strange that people can come to these meetings because there's nothing to give. But in a way, it's also like, oh, there's nothing to go like to find. So it's this already. That's what that can be a wonder, or like that too. It's everything already. So it's not being sure. It's just drinking tea or talking. It's just coming, like you. It's just words coming. It's not about this meeting is not really about the words. There's something underneath when there's talking about this. There's something going on, energy. That's more it. Nothing to do with me or somebody else. There is no me already, so it's just energy going. Ah. There's another sentence. I like the sentence, it's everything, which you say often. Yeah, it's everything. And that's the joy. There's nothing to look for because it's already everything. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a chair or can be like smelling. That's it. That's it.
Hey Rose.
Hey, hello.
Hello. This message for me is like being in love.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is.
e- e-
Oh,
yeah, exactly. There's no one being in love because
yeah.
it's just yeah, floating. I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no one in love. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But that's it. It's just, yeah.
yeah,
And with everything. It's in love
yeah,
with everything.
yeah,
Whoa. Yeah.
yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, but that's a wonder. That's also like, wow, yeah. So it can be big or small, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. There. Can teachings and wisdom have influence in us? There's no us. So there can be teachings, and then there are a lot of words. And there can be anything. And there can be change also. Well, change can happen, but for no one. So it's going nowhere. Just change. And we think it's about us and about what's happening in us. And when we feel more relaxed or more free, then it's coming towards the end or towards enlightenment or however you would feel. And well, that's assuming that there's someone inside that can do something about what's going on. And then teachers assume that there's someone inside so they can say something to remember or to do or to, and there's always a list, because when there's me and when there's a teacher, they assume there's something not right yet. And that's an endless confirming of that, trying to make something right. And this message is more like, oh, but it's just what it is. It's not right or wrong. That's something on top of it. When you look at it, it seems like there's something right or wrong. But it's just what it is, a feeling or a behavior or tables. That's it. It's very simple. There's nothing to do with or to explain or to go to, or it's just what it is. That's it. There's nothing else than that. And that's not a special message, because that saying, I remember there was on the YouTube somewhere long ago, there was somebody saying, yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, thank you very much for this message. I already knew, of course. Yeah, that's it. It's not new. It's not something to learn or anything. No, it's just describing what it is. It's so silly, simple in a way that you think, yeah, what can I do with it? No, nothing, because there's no need to. There's already no one, of course, also, but there's no need for changing. Change can happen, but there's no need for change because it's everything. It's just what it is. It's not special or nice or whatever labels we do on it, on top of it. It can be anger or a feeling or garbage. That's it. Not even describe it, but just it's like that. Nothing going on about it. Like little children, it's just living. It's like I meant, can other influence others, or can this message influence me? There's there's no me, so there's no, in that sense, there's no influence. But there's a response, there's energy going, and there can be a change. There can be falling. It's talking in the story, because it's impossible to talk outside of the story about this, in the sense that it's just everything. It doesn't matter what it is. There can be change. But out of the story, there's also no change, because there's just one. But in the story, it seems like there's influencing, because we think in time. We think, I say that, and because I said that, you feel like that, or you don't feel like that anymore, or it makes something clear, and then. But it's always thinking in time, and before and after, and then there's someone who get it, or that there's someone who have something going on there. it's only what's happening. So there are no relation, there's no one. There's already, everything is empty, so there's no one. There's not, and it's not a special like, oh, I suddenly see there's no one. It's more like, where is that someone? I don't see it. It's more like that. It's more childish. Like you talk about there's something inside. I don't see something inside. I just see that body like that. That's it. Where's that someone inside? I don't see that. It's assuming, we assume it's there. And it's so normal, that belief or that knowing or whatever you call it, that it's there. But this is just the describing of what is seen and what's going on. And then they're seeing a body. Yeah, where's that me? I don't know. It's not a questioning about that anything. It's just this describing of what is seen. So there's no one. So there's also no influence. There's just what's happening. There can be a feeling, and that's what's happening, not because of anything. That's on top of that, we think it's because that person in the story, what was before, saying something, and I feel like this, and that's why, and all that. And there's a feeling, it's a feeling, it has nothing to do with anything else. How do we know? It's just this. That's it. There's a feeling. That's it. That's felt. And then there's that looking at it and thinking, oh, but that's because of that. That's just a thought. So there's such a belief about thoughts, what's going on. And we think like, oh, this is really happening. And this is because of that, I'm feeling that. You don't know. It's just this. There's that feeling or whatever happens or ideas. It's just that.
So Rose, if hypothetically speaking, if you never had experienced a me experience, you wouldn't be able to respond to our questions because you wouldn't even know what we are talking about. The story, the me, the duality,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You wouldn't. It's not in your equation because it's like you have to remember and ask because, you know.
But
if there's
remember,
no me, I mean,
things
you
come
couldn't
up.
invent one and talk about it.
Yeah, maybe not.
But
I don't know.
You will have to invent one. And, okay.
But it's not. It's just coming. So life is that. It's an amazing miracle how everything is going, and when there's a question, they're coming words. I don't know why or where it comes from. I'm not knowing what I'm saying. It's just that.
Yeah,
it's
but it's
going
amazing
nowhere.
that we're speaking about something that doesn't exist, for hours.
Yeah, but that's yeah. We're not even speaking.
We build
There's
the
nothing
job and
happening.
then
There's nothing happening, but we are so into like, oh, everything is happening and it's a special meeting and we can do something and just energy in it, and then words or drinking coffee or whatever, walking. It's the same. Doesn't matter. Life doesn't see difference. It's more people that can abstract and think that there are differences. Yeah.
So the ability to abstract creates the so-called me, and then the story around it and the memory.
It's also it's also life. So doing that, it's amazing how that's how does work. But it's only the brain of people can abstract and think like, oh, there's something happening outside. Normally, little children can't do that yet. When they are the brain is more sophisticated, then it starts. But really little children, when you're high, you're not there anymore. So it's amazing. It's that lot of animals are like that, of course. Yeah. We are so sure that it's a real world and it's really there. Where is that? Where is that world? I don't see that. It is just seeing this room. Where is the outside? It can be a remembering of an image of that, but that's it.
Yeah, it's like a dream,
Yeah. Sometimes people say it's like it never happens, and then I think, yeah, there's something about it. When there's something was happening 2 days ago, and then it feels already like, did it happen? It's already strange in a way. Sometimes you can feel that. A lot of people can say that and then it's gone like that. But there's something about it. It didn't happen. No, it's just only this. Whoa.
I
Yeah.
just would like to share then something in a dream of mine. In my dream, I remembered something. So the remembrance of that happened at the moment in my dream. So it never happened. So it's like, you see,
Yeah.
so it was created, but
Yeah.
in my dream, I remembered something. And I said, why wouldn't it be the same thing now here,
Yeah.
When I remember something, it is appearing now.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
unbelievable. From the point of view of the me.
It's only now. Yeah, it's only this and this. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the
so
brain can do so many strange things, and we
incredible.
believe everything. Yeah. Yeah.
True. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Sometimes people think that this is very being in this state or something like that. It's very clear, or it's very easy, or it's very sure that it's like that, or things like that. It's completely something else. It's not knowing. So there's nothing going on knowing what to say about anything. When there are questions about, people write down their problems and their questions about it. I don't know. I don't know what's coming on. Maybe in a conversation there's something coming, but there's no knowing about anything. That's lost. all the beliefs and all those concepts and beliefs and knowing and that being sure about things and confident and that's completely lost. So I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's not special. It's very normal. It's not being able to look at yourself and do something with it. That's also lost. So there's just maybe when there's a feeling, then there's a feeling not knowing what it is, but just that feeling is there. Nothing going on like that. It comes up like, oh, how to deal with it or what is going on. That doesn't come. So there's only that feeling and like that maybe or anything. Yeah, it's that. Or can also be like that, of course. It's everything. So it can be any feeling like everybody else. No difference in that sense. And then that's what that whole thing about what's going on and why and that's not coming. So that for when hearing that can be a relief, but it's so normal. You get so it's immediately very normal. So there's nothing special about it like that. It feels free or relaxing or that. No, it's just what it is. And the freedom and the wonder is in oh, everything is lost, and then there's it's everything. Oh, and there's what Kim like it's a love for everything, but it's not that strong. But it can be a wonder or a love, or I can't even say like how it is, but it's like and it's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not. Sometimes it's not liking something or someone, but maybe, but that doesn't matter. It's then that's still a love or something, but it's unconditional. It's unconditional. There's nothing going on like, yeah, it's you can't even tell how that is. I don't know. Even that I don't know. And then there's the question, choices are randomly made by nobody. Yeah, there are no choices even. There seems we talk about choice when people say that, what are you doing? And there's coming a response. It's just a response. It's energetic. Yeah. It's already there. It's not here, but it's everywhere like that. And does the body mind make choices? No, there's no choices. But it seems like that in the story, like you say, somebody saying what you want and then saying something about that. There's a response. And then on top of that, it seems like I did that. And that's that whole me construct and dream that thinks when I'm here, I have free will and choice. So then it's so quickly on top of that, then it seems like I did it. When it's believed I'm here and I have a choice, then it's experiencing that I have a choice and I made that choice. And that can be seeing like, oh, is there really a choice? Is there really a choice? Is that just already it's going and there's no one making that happen? It's just life already. Science is already discovering that choice and between the choice making and then me thinking I did it, that there can be a certain some time, a really short time in between. So it's not by someone, it's life. Life is not about wanting or what was the other one? There was another one. I want this or I don't like it, or do I like it or do I not like it, or do I want it or do I not want it? That's so important in that whole story or the dream of me. When that's not there, it's not about wanting. You can say I want that, but it's empty. So it doesn't matter so much if it's happening or not. It's not about liking or not liking. It's not so much about that. It can be like that, but then that's it. You can't describe it. It's so difficult to say how it is. Because then you have an image about how it should be. And it's everything. It's the way it already goes. So it's everything. Life seems to go. We think in time and we think like we were here and now it's over there and I'm developing. It's going better with me because we have some thing going on. Like before I was like that and now I'm already like that. There's a remembering of something and other things are completely forgotten, and then that. There's always trying to compare. There's just this and there's nothing before. There's only this. Before and comparing and development are only in the story. It's a dream. There's no development. And there's also, what did I say? Development and, I already forgot. No, comparing. Oh, another one. So all people saying you have to find out what you want to do or have to do in life is not right. No, it's not. It's not about right or wrong. It's I see it as a misunderstanding that it's so strong. It's very, when there's me, and it can't be different. When there's me, then there's a feeling there's something not right, or I don't know if it's complete and I have to fulfill myself and what do I want and all that. That's how it's going when there's me. So then there people are helping and trying to teach, and that whole thing is part of the story. It's not wrong. It's just part of the story. And then thinking there's something wrong and we have to make it right. And this message is completely out of that, saying there's already no one. So there's no right and wrong. Oh, another one. What or who chooses the dream? Why are there better dreams than others? Yeah, there are always better dreams than others. Comparing, when there's me, there's comparing and seeing how other people are, and you want that, and you dream of having a better life, and everybody's in a way busy with that. There's no choice of a dream. It's energetic. So that's it. I don't know. It's going in a certain way, and we think, I'm a poor people, I have not so much money, and that those people are rich and they have everything and they feel so. Then there's always a comparing with somebody else or some other situation, or wanting something else instead of what you have, or it's not enough. That underneath that whole thing, that's so strong that there's something not right and something gone wrong. When there's separation, when there's really little children, really babies, or they're not busy with anything. It's just one and just moving and doing, and then the brain is more developing and in sophisticated enough to abstract and seeing like, oh, there's another one and there's my mother and I'm here, and oh, I have to behave and then it's better, or all whatever, all those things about behaving and trying to survive. But there's also when there's suddenly that separation, there's something like, oh, there's something seems to go wrong, because that feeling of one, being having one, is lost in a way, because it seems like everything is in two and solid and real and important, and all that is going, and it's getting more and more and more. So there's a feeling of loss somewhere, of innocence, of something that you can't maybe describe. There's a looking for that, and there's a looking in the story, and it's never found because it's not in the story. So the dream and the dreamer rise together. Yeah, it's the me, the dreamer, and the dream. It's just one thing. Yeah. Yeah. Me is the dream. Me is the feeling. There's something wrong and I have to make it right in the story. And then maybe you could say me is the top of that survival system of the boss, something like that. It's not real. Me, there is already no me, but in the story, there's really convincing I'm here. So there's talking in the story about me. Yeah. There's no me. There's already no me, nowhere. So there's no need to look for no me anymore. It's not the cause of everything, every suffering. No, there's no cause of suffering. Yeah. When there's somebody walking at the other side of the street, you just see a body walking. But when you are walking, there seems to be a whole world with thinking and about your work and everything, and it's going somewhere, and the whole thing is going on. But that's just that body walking. That's it. But that dream, that whole seems to be there is a big thing, and it's in a split second, it's just gone, and there's only biking or whatever. Yeah. Hmm. Can a parent others feel or sense our thoughts? Sometimes I find the idea of responsibility exhausting. There are no others too. When they're saying there's no one, there's not only here no one. There's never been someone. But it's very convincing, and there's an embodied belief. There's someone here inside. There's a center, and that's a bit has an ability to choose or to have a free will and have responsibility and all abstract things and do something with taking care for people or whatever belief there is. So there's no our thoughts. Thoughts happen in space when there's being in a room, there's space and there's thoughts, can be thoughts happening. And some people, yeah, it's like a radio. There's some people, it's like, oh, there's coming that thought and other people don't, or feelings are like that too. It's just happening in space. And it seems like we think this is the border of the body and this is solid and real and I'm in that. It's very convincing because when there's eyes, they're seeing that there are borders. When you close your eyes, that's not even sure where the borders are. Maybe you've sensed, but there's only a sense, and we assume that sense is the border, but it's a sense somewhere. This message is very literally assuming nothing. So it's just saying what is sensed or what is felt. Not saying that all the time to yourself. That's not what I'm talking about. But if it's talking about it's that can be that sense without knowing what it is exactly. So there's no responsibility. There are no others. There's just what's happening. So there can be a feeling. Somebody expresses like, oh, I'm feeling so hurt. Then there's pain. Yeah, that can be there. It's not because of you or because of anything. We are so into because and cause and effect. There's no cause and effect. It's a construct in because we believe in time. But it's so embodied, and when it's so believed and embodied, then it's seen like that, experienced like that too. So it's very convincing. And then that's strange. Then there's a message talking about, no, there's no responsibility. Huh? There's no cause and effect. Huh? That seems to be the only way. So, hey, is there another possibility? Whoa, what is that? And some people just immediately go away. And some people say, like, what is that? Yeah. Another chat. Sometimes it feels that the imaginary me wants to conceive of no me. To conceive. Yeah, me wants a lot of things. Always something else. Yeah. It's me has always something like I have a hope or a dream. One day that will happen or that will happen because that seems like whoa, that's the end of the suffering or the end of trouble, or it's always thinking about like that. And I can't see that's already what's going on. It has nothing to do with circumstances or whatever feeling is going on or whatever is happening in the story. It has nothing to do with that. It's the freedom is that it's everything. And the suffering is that it's feeling like, oh, this is not right. Oh, I don't want this and I want something else. But that's so strong you can't stop it. It's not wrong, but you can't stop it. But it's an endless saying there's something wrong and I have to make it right. And that's an endless because there's nothing wrong. So it's an endless circle of going. Seems like very important. It's going nowhere. But it feels like, whoa, this is so important to do. And there's a question, is there experience or not? There can be experience in the dream, in the story. when there's me, there's an experience. It seems like I experience this and that. But there's not only sitting, there's I am sitting and I experiencing that I sit, and then there's always something on top of what's going on. So that's the only way me can feel things or experience or do things. Because it's always me is the center. So that's two. There's what's happening and there's me experiencing what's happening. So there's always two. So there's a distance in a way, you could say. And that feels not really like everything. So there's a longing for being in it, maybe. Well, and there's somebody saying, so we can have no influence on anything. No, there's no one. So there can be a response or reaction, and there is something else. It's life happening. It has nothing to do with me or somebody else or that. It's just bodies moving around. Seems to be there. It's not. There's also bodies are also an appearance. They're not always there. So it's this mind blowing. This message. We think, oh, this is me. I'm always in this body. It's always there if I see it or not. No, it's not always there, and it's an appearance. So where are we? It's just it's blowing away all beliefs about what's normally thought about. I'm here and this is my body and I'm real, and that's the whole time I'm here, and somebody else, my mother or my husband, is always there too, maybe not in the room. And then the whole story is about everything is real and it's always there, and we have to relate and we have to do something about it, and influence and responsibility, and anything what's in the story seems to happen because we think there's time and before and after and relations. And then there's this message saying, no, there's only one. There's only one. There's no relation. There's no other person. It's empty. It's just body. And it can be a response. Then that's what's happening. And it can be here something going on or seeing a table. And when there's me, and it seems to be that center, and everything is happening to that center, and circumstances and relations. But it's always about me. Me is the most important center of everything. And when there's this message talking about there's no me, then there's no center at all. So it's not about Rose, or it can be a face like that, or the table. It's the same. It's not more important than anything. There's no life of Rose. There's even no Rose. There's just can be talking and saying, oh, that is Rose talking, and that's it. And then there's table. It's There's no continuation. Difficult word. Oh, this is really mind blowing, and in the same time, that's the freedom. That there's nothing happening. There's just this, and it's only apparently happening. It's this, and it's going nowhere without any meaning. Just that. We think in meaning and importance and anything. It's just this, like little children, just start playing, doing things for no reason, going nowhere. Whoa, it's completely something else is what we normally used to in the story. there's something funny happening. There's, when there's something with my leg, I have my leg over my other leg, and I think, oh no, that doesn't sit. I'm just sitting and do the leg from the other one, and then just talking, and then suddenly I'm thinking, oh, it's back again. Oh, I'm doing it all, and I'm sitting there, and there's talking, and then suddenly like, oh, it's back again. Oh wow, how is it going? This is going. Hmm.
Rose, what about movements?
About what?
Movement.
Movement.
Would you say that it's the memory that creates the illusion of something moving? Because
No
if there is no
movement.
time, there is no movement. I mean, it implies.
Oh, so in that sense, yeah, there's memory. Yeah, can be memory about that. Yeah.
So it's our ability to abstract again that comes into place and gives the impression
Yeah.
of a movement.
Yeah. And there's living in the story. So there's no, sorry,
Mm.
there's living in time in the story. It's not real and everything, but there's still living in the story, of course, and then talking about in that
Yeah.
way. So, yeah. But in a way, it's very obvious it's not real, but yeah, it's not in the mind all the time or something like that. That's so embodied and there's something else. I don't know how to say that. Yeah. But it's just living in the story, of course. Yeah. The brain still works in that sense, that talking about, hey, you did that before, or things like that. Yeah. Just normal. Yeah.
Mhm.
But not serious or not important or that's not really. No. I can't see it as serious or important or really. No, that's it doesn't happen. I don't know. No. Nothing is serious. Nothing is important. Wow, it's just what's happening and it's going nowhere. Oh. It's strange to hear that because normally we're in the story and we're in a relation or work or money or everything seems to be a struggle or things like that. What is humor? Oh God, I don't know. Something to laugh at. I'm not busy with that. I just don't, I can't, I'm not so philosophical, like trying to know that. I don't know. Just can be people saying something and to laugh about. Just not busy with that. Mm.
Hello, Rose.
Hi.
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 Hi. I realized that I have the body, there's pain and low energy. And about what you say, I realized that if I don't compare myself and I don't want to be more active and do things and have a beautiful story,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
no problem with that. It's just that's it. The body. I don't know if it's in the body, but
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
problem is the comparing and to want something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very relief, a good relief
Ah.
to,
Ah. Yeah. That's
yeah,
more the suffering. The suffering is in
yes.
that.
The
Yeah.
suffering is wanting to be
Mm.
something else, to be a different story, a different,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Mm.
That's simple, but oh.
Very, very
Yeah.
simple.
Suddenly
Yeah,
it can be like, oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's a relief. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, beautiful
Oh.
message. Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. There's just this. There's just this. There's no one doing it, no one watching this, no one to know. There's just this. So there's also no knowing of this. There's this. There can be information. There can be information on the television. And there's also moving a hand or closing the computer. There's nothing that isn't already there. It's just what's happening. So that's it. And that's no need to look for it, no need to see it or to feel it intensely or complete. It's complete as it is. Can be low energy, can be anything. Pain. It doesn't need to be about you. It can also seeing chairs or something else, trees or whatever, shopping. It's what it is. And it's very normal, very ordinary. It's already what's going on. So there never will be something else in that sense. Change happens by itself. And when there's someone, there seems to be one thing, and there's always something comparing or wanting something else, or going going somewhere because maybe that's better. And it's not seeing, and that's the suffering, that this just is. And this is very tiny and simple, and you can't follow it. It changes. It's really quick. You can't say, oh, it's this now and now and now. You can't live in the now, because there's only now. There's only now. There's only this. It's already like that. So there's no need for looking. And when there's a drive, when there's a looking, then that's what's going on. It's going nowhere, but it doesn't matter. And if it feels like it's going somewhere, then it feels like that. And when there's a belief or something going on, like, oh, but this is really for me, it's like that, then that's what's happening. There can't be nothing wrong. This is not a message like, oh, it's like this and all others are wrong. No, there is no wrong. There is also no right. It's what it is. Can be a belief, and doesn't call it a belief, then that's what's happening. So what? It doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. That's the unconditional love. It's everything. That's it already. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Great.
Thank
Great.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Very nice.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Even stop recording.
Thank you. Bye.